Welcome to my front yard in Denver, Colorado, where I have established a edible forest garden. I'm growing food. This is a mix of annuals and perennials. I am actually trying to, a lot of my perennials are herbaceous or fruit bearing, but I'm trying to slowly put in less annuals and more perennials so it'll become more low maintenance. This is a no-till garden. I use a deep mulch or a sheet mulch. I do not till it. I just add organic matter to it. And I use the permaculture technique of chop and drop to regenerate the soil. So this is August 2013 and my garden is doing a lot better this year, and I'll take you on a quick tour. This is rhubarb, and I have a lot of melons and pumpkins and squashes mixed in. And in this area I have a raspberry patch that has pretty much tripled in size from last year. It's been spreading great. You can see a little baby pumpkin right there. And some more melons. This is a cantaloupe and cucumbers. I have heirloom tomatoes spread throughout the garden. My Nanking cherries. So come around here. And this is a baby pumpkin right out by the street. So hopefully it will not be taken. So I did add in rock dust this year. There is a YouTube channel called Growing Your Greens with John Kohler, who's a California and Las Vegas gardener, and he recommended putting rock dust into the soil. Because I'm using polyculture techniques, meaning I have many different species mixed, I don't have a huge problem with pests in the garden. This is a purely organic garden, and basically what I'm trying to do is create a little ecosystem here. So I have predators and prey, and because it's a polyculture, it's able to maintain itself because of the diversity. Excuse me. These are collards. This is the first year I've grown some collards. They're wonderful. I bought a pastured pig this year, and I've been making collards in the bacon grease from my pastured pig, and they're amazing. It's definitely going to grow more collards next year. I love them. Some currant bushes. Currants do very well in Colorado. This is a buffalo currant over here. It creates large fruits, actually almost the size of a grape. And some cabbages, onions, and more heirloom tomatoes, and another Nanking cherry. This is actually a flower I like to use throughout the garden. It's called calendula, and you can use it to make salves, healing salves and such. And lots of cucumbers. My cucumbers have actually produced many pounds this year, and they're still producing. They do very well in the deep mulch. So over here I have my sunflowers, and they can grow as tall as the house. I'm actually thinking of taking one to the library for the kids to see. Over here, this is my goji. It's doubled in size this year. It's huge. I'm actually thinking of putting another goji in. You might have seen goji berries at Whole Foods. They're very expensive, but I'm thinking of putting another one in to support this one for pollination. And this is hollyhocks back here. And you can see the bees love the sunflowers. I have lots of bees buzzing in the garden. They love I have many different kinds of pollinators in the garden. So this is a cantaloupe, and this is the first year I've grown cantaloupe, and I have a cantaloupe, and I have some babies coming in, so that's very exciting. And a watermelon plant over here. This is a jostaberry. I had a problem with a lot of my fruiting bushes and my trees not fruiting this year because we had late spring snows, which kind of hurt a lot of things. So didn't get a lot of fruit in the garden this year. This is a gooseberry. It makes fruits that are like grapes. And right here you'll see my beautiful grape, which I did prune back pretty strong this spring, and it's starting to really spread. It's a St. Therese grape, supposedly good for Colorado. And you can see it's actually making my doorway pretty with all the grape coming in. I have peppers sprinkled throughout the garden, and you can see some peppers here, and tons of different kinds of basils. I love basil. So basil's everywhere, and these are this brassicas in here. And so on this side, sort of the heart of my garden is the guilds, the fruit tree guilds. So here we have a plum. Did not fruit this year. It's only in its second year. But underneath, I've planted plants that support it. Comfrey and strawberries. And I did put in some nitrogen fixers, but they didn't do too well in this area. So now we'll go over to the other side of my garden. And this is my herb garden. And one of the permaculture techniques is to put the plants that you use the most often closest to your door. So a lot of people will put their herb gardens next to the door because I basically use my herbs every day when I'm cooking. And this is a huge horseradish plant that actually David Braden gave me when he helped me set up my deep mulch. So that's doing very well. I'll harvest that and make horseradish sauce for the holidays, I think. This is a tarragon, doing very well, excellent with chicken salads and stuff. Dill. I have sage, savory. This plant right here is Malabar Spinach, and it's a tropical plant, so it actually is a way in Colorado that we can grow a leafy green that's similar to spinach through the summer. Normally with our leafy greens we can only grow them in the fall. Excuse me. So basils, this is a healthy stevia plant. This is lemon balm, and this is the first year I've been able to get celery to take. I have celery sprinkled throughout the garden. Here's my kale. Not doing as well as I'd like. My kales haven't been doing very well this year. So I have more celery here, and this is radicchio. I don't know how to pronounce that. Radicchio. Anyway, I've got several of those. And sorrel. Sorrel is a lemony green, and it's doing well in my garden. And this is a patch here of beets and marigolds and some pepper plants. This is corn. This is my corn, and I have beans at the base of the corn growing up, runner beans. So the corn is doing okay. Hopefully I'll get a crop. Okay, let me go over to this side of the garden. Okay, I'm drying some of these calendula flowers to make salves out of. So over here we have mint. The pollinators love the mint. You can see my pollinators flocking on that. I like to let the mint go to seed. Then I have more sage and some thymes and oreganos and lavender, which isn't taking very well, so we'll work on that. And chives over here. Just got bit by something. And arugula. So again, I'm trying to get as diverse as possible, because the more diversity I have, the better the crops do. I have not seen any aphids in my garden this year. Last year I had aphids. So it's pretty amazing just to be diverse, what it can do. So this is a plant called Lovage. It's a perennial, and it tastes a lot like, it gets really bushy, and it tastes a lot like celery. So it's an herb. And I have a couple eggplants. My eggplants aren't doing very well this year. I have one that I think might fruit. And more tomatoes. Okay, this is my second guild right here. And I'll back up a little bit. It's a cherry tree. And you can see on the bottom I have comfrey, and this is the Russian comfrey with the big ears, so that'll be easier to chop and drop in the fall to restore the soil. Then we have lead plant, which is a nitrogen fixer, and a new one that I got recommended from Harlequin Garden Nursery in Boulder. They have a lot of great native and edible plants. And this is called Baptisia, and it's also a nitrogen fixer, and it's doing okay. So, you can see my basil mixed in there, and many more tomatoes. I got everything in really late because of the spring sows this year. So over here we have some onions and an echinacea plant that is not doing well. I just put it in, but hopefully it will take over after the winter next year. And eggplant. And this right here is a fern from asparagus. It gets really tall, and I'll take you down to the base of it so you can see what the asparagus looks like. And I have a whole row of these, and I put them in 3 years ago, so next year I will be able to harvest my asparagus, because it takes 3 years to get asparagus harvested. I mean, 3 years for it to set up. Okay, so now we have in front, I put the raspberries in front over here, and I put in yellow raspberries. That's a tip so people won't steal your raspberries, because they can't tell the yellow ones are ripe. This is my edible flowers up here front. And I have borage, which is like a weed, but one of my favorites, and I come and eat these. They have the omega-3 oils in them, and I come and eat these little flowers in my salads. There's the flower. And the bees love them. So you'll see bees in them all the time. And I have, whoops, this bee is mad with me. Don't bite me, bee. This is irises and yarrow, a verbena, and back here I have a bellflower, which is finally flowering for me. It throws out these long, leggy extensions, and those are the flowers, and that's also an edible flower. I have some corn. And back here, nasturtium. I've had a hard time getting nasturtium to take in Colorado the way it should. This is Kohlrabi, and I'm not sure the name of that flower, but it's a xeriscape flower. And some snapdragons, and different irises and lilies. And I finally got some salvia in this year, so hopefully it'll take off next year. Now, this is called bee balm here. And bees love it, love it. The petals have fallen off, but some of them are still back here, you can see. And you'll see the big bumblers will go for them. Oh, okay, I don't want to upset them, but the big bumblers will do that. So then I have a Rosa Rugosa, which produces very large edible rose hips. So I don't know if you can see that there, but I'm really excited. This is its 3rd year, and I'm excited. Looks like I'm getting the large fruits this year. So it's getting really established. And some more tomatoes. So, okay, so we'll go over, oops, I don't know if I got to show you the arugula, but arugula is a very easy weed-like plant. And I also have peas in for the fall here. So, oh, and I forgot about this. So I went away for the weekend, and I have this watermelon here. And look, I have an actual watermelon. I went away for the weekend, it wasn't there. I came back, it was there. So that's crazy. That is crazy. So, and another tomato. This is called serviceberry. It's a bush that'll get very large, and it produces, they also call them June berries. It will produce a blueberry-like fruit in June. The birds did find them this year, so I'm going to try to net them next year so I can get a harvest. This is a section that I'm doing experimenting in because I do have a problem with the bindweed coming through the deep mulch and strangling some of my crops. So this is actually a cover crop. I got the mix from, it's like buckwheat and field peas mostly, and I got the mix from Harlequin Gardens in Boulder. And I'm experimenting with this section to see if it does what it's supposed to do, and it's supposed to crowd out the bindweed. So I'm hoping for that. So this is another section over here that's not doing as well as some other areas of the garden, but I have basil everywhere and some small little kales and more kohlrabi. I've got some Swiss chard tucked in back there you can't see. This is a new currant that I put in this year, a currant bush. Some beautiful more peas. And on this side I have parsley sorrel. Did I already talk sorrel? I think it's a lemony. Yes, I did. And this is my eggplant that I think will actually may fruit for me. So, and a nice big broccoli back over there, and some shallots and things mixed in there, and one lavender that's doing well for me. And then I put in some snapdragons, and I'm really surprised. They're beautiful. The bees love them, and I'm surprised how well they're doing. So, and that's pretty much it. I harvested some radishes and turnips this morning, and oh, this is my some garlic chives, and this is actually celery, and this celery is doing really well. This is the one that's doing the best for me. So that is my garden. I hope you enjoyed the tour, and I hope to encourage everyone to do this. Oh, wait, there's one more. This is, actually I want to tell you about this one. This is a sand cherry right here. It's a Colorado native plant, and I put it in to actually support my, to support the plum tree for cross-pollination purposes. I'm trying to encourage my neighbors to put more fruit trees in the neighborhood, because the fruit trees help each other out. So that's my garden, my beautiful garden. I hope you enjoyed the tour. If you have any questions, let me know. Thanks so much. Bye.